Hello and welcome to At Home with Carmen. My name is Carmen. Welcome to my home. Today we are going to be talking about something that I've never reviewed before. I've reviewed diapers and pre-flats and different things like that, but I have not reviewed a diapering accessory other than a pod. I reviewed a pod last summer, and I haven't reviewed a pod since then. I should probably do that. But today we are going to be reviewing the French diapering cream and the wipe bits from the company MEErs. And I just want to point out, I love how MEErs is stylized, like it's signing off on a letter. It's so smart. I really like that. So random thing that I'm going to point out as we go, that I just really like the stylization of this company's name. But the reason that I am reviewing these two items together is because a French diapering cream and a wipe bit are two different products that are used to achieve the same thing. It's something that you can use in conjunction with cloth wipes. So I'm kind of putting them together because I think, while both of these are great products, these might be for two different people, and I'll tell you which one I prefer. Of course, full disclosure, these items were sent to me from the company in exchange for a review. However, I have gone on to, I think that this is my third and fourth bottle of the French diapering cream, and honestly, she sent me so many wipe bits that I haven't even barely touched this package. So full disclosure, these were originally sent to me. However, these two specific ones that are in my hands right now, they were ones that I purchased, which I feel like kind of already gives away which one is my preference. So let's start with the wipe bits, because I think that most people are probably a little bit more familiar with a wipe bit versus a French diapering cream. So a wipe bit, you take one of these guys, you drop it into water, you let it dissolve, and then you're going to mix that with your cloth wipes. You could also put it in a spray bottle if you prefer. That's kind of my more preference. I don't really like having the wet wipes hanging out because I get worried about things like mold, because I don't know, I worry about mold, let's just face it. My preferred method with doing this is to take, a little bit of very hot water, dissolve it, and then add it to cooled water so that I'll be able to kind of use it right away. If you go ahead and boil water and then add this, it's going to be way too hot to use. So if you're in a pinch, that's the way that I like to prepare it, is just to use a little bit of the really hot water to get it dissolved, and then go ahead and add it to something that is a more appropriate temperature for a baby. So these wipe bits comes in lots of different fragrances, lots of different scents. They do have an unscented, if that is something that you would prefer to be using. This one that I have right here is apple cider. I don't know if this one is still available. I know that Wickham Wild has an apple scent, but I don't know if it's the apple cider. This one is very, very good. If it comes up, I really enjoyed this one, along with the pumpkin ones. I think both of those were from the fall. These have really great ingredients. Nothing is really sticking out to me as something that's a red flag for me in terms of any sort of ingredients that is in there. I do really like with her ingredients, if it's something that maybe you aren't familiar with. So example, you don't know why oat protein is in there. She has put in there that it is a conditioner, which I think is really nice. It's just being transparent and kind of helping out your consumer, that they don't know everything that you do, and it is really nice to see a company help support their customers so that they know exactly what is in the product. I think these are excellent wipe bits. They are very conditioning, they're very moisturizing, and I think that a little goes a long way. So definitely I have only needed to use just one of the wipe bits. I know sometimes it says to use more than one. I've been fine with just using the one, and I guess with the water that I am putting it in there. That's my general thoughts on the wipe bits. I've been very happy with them. I think that they you get a really good amount in the package for the price that you are paying, and the quality is definitely definitely there. I would go ahead and repurchase them in the future because I've been really impressed with everything else from the company. It's just that I've got a ton of these right now, so I'm going to be working on them for a while. And now to the French Diapering Cream, which I've already revealed is my preferred version to use with cloth wipes for several reasons that we'll get into. But let's take a look at this. So I have two different sizes. I have the travel size, which is a 4 ounce. I have the 8 ounce, which is more like for you at your home. And then I know that she does sell a 32 ounce. So if you've got something that you, like a scent, for example, you always know that you're going to get unscented, or you're always going to get, this is the oat milk and honey, which I know is a really popular one. You can go ahead and get the really big refillable jars, which I think is super neat to cut down buying a bunch of these little ones when you can buy a big refill and then just keep filling this up. The French Diapering Cream kind of replaces the liquid aspect of using something like a white bit, so I have the preference of a French Diapering Cream. The reason is I think it's user-friendly. It's a little bit more user-friendly. I don't like having lots of super wet wipes all over, again, because I've already talked about that. I'm kind of weirdly paranoid about mold all of the time. I will say that with cloth wipes, I tend to only use cloth wipes for number one. I don't like spraying poopy baby wipes. I just don't. It's not my preference. So I really like using this also with a disposable wipe. So I'll go ahead and clean if my baby has a bowel movement with the disposable wipe and then go through with a cloth wipe with this, because you will be utterly disgusted at the amount of stuff that's actually left over from a disposable wipe. So it makes me feel a lot better with this. The French Diapering Cream leaves a really nice protective balm that a lot of times I don't have to go ahead and use, like the baby balm from MEErs, which I'm a big fan of, that I will be doing a review of in the future. That this will leave a really nice barrier that isn't too greasy, it isn't too heavy, and it's just right if you're not struggling with any sort of rash or anything. I think that it's an excellent rash preventative, and it's definitely an essential when we go ahead into our nighttime, and then paired with the baby balm, because it just really helps combat any sort of moisture, especially in the overnight. So say these pumps are really great. I haven't had any issues with them breaking down. The packaging is very durable. Nothing has cracked, even though I've had stuff where I live, it's very cold in the winter, and I've had stuff there is oil in this, so you do need to shake it. That is one thing. I made a huge mistake and I didn't shake it enough, and then I thought that there was something wrong. This is my tip from me to you. Make sure that you shake this, and it says that on the package, you know. I think I was just so excited and really overwhelmed with the amount of things that she sent me that I just wanted to try all the things, and then I thought that something was wrong with the product because it had frozen. I live in like the actual tundra right now. However, this is totally fine if it freezes. It doesn't completely freeze because of the water and the oil in it. So if you are like me and you live someplace cold, you can have a lot of confidence that nothing is going to go weird with that. I definitely have had that happen with products. Nothing from MEErs, but for example, eyelash glue. You cannot have eyelash glue freeze. It becomes a congealed clump of rubber, basically. So feel very good confidence about shipping to cold places. Now, I have not had anything shipped when it was incredibly warm here, because it does get quite hot here in the summer. However, I did see on her website the last time that I ordered that you can add on an ice pack for a nominal fee, that she can go ahead and put that in there to kind of safeguard, to make sure that your products don't get melty schmelty all over. So another thing that I want to point out is the version of the white bits that I have is the older version. So this one was not a vegan version. This did have a goat milk in there. Now I did go ahead and look at her new formula on there, and the white bits are all now vegan, so that there is no animal byproduct in there. With the French Diapering Cream, she offers a standard version, I'm going to call it, and she also does offer a vegan version. The standard version has beeswax in there, so that might be up to the person's beliefs in if you are vegan or if you try to just generally avoid any sort of animal product or byproduct. That would be something that you could make your decision on if you feel comfortable with beeswax or you don't feel comfortable with beeswax in your product. Another thing that I would like to point out is she does use fragrance oils or essential oils. That is something that you should go ahead and decide if that is something that you want to go an unscented route or you feel comfortable with using a fragrance oil or an essential oil. Always make sure if you are going ahead and using an essential oil on your child that it is appropriate and suitable for your child's age. Most essential oil users are going to say a minimum of 3 months for most essential oils, but there are other essential oils that I would personally not use in contact with a smaller child. And that's just going to depend. So anytime it's beyond, anything from Mears. And she is really good at making sure that she educates her own audience about that and her customer base to know the appropriate information for them to be able to make a confident purchase with her. But always, any sort of product, make sure that you are taking a look at the ingredients, especially if you're using something that is more natural like an essential oil, to ensure that it is actually safe for your child. I know for myself, I did not use any fragrance of any sort, be that natural occurring or a fragrance oil, on my son until 6 months old. There you have it. I've been really happy. I've been very, very happy with these products. As I mentioned, I've gone on and made multiple purchases of the French diapering cream because I found that it just really works very well for my son. My son can have, we call it just like weird skin or skin issues is what we like to refer to him. And I'll actually talk more about that in the baby balm because the baby balm has made an incredible impact on my son's skin. The French diapering cream has made a really big impact because a lot of disposable wipes, even though we were purchasing things that were gentle, yada yada, being marketed for more sensitive skin, we still had irritation and we were still having issues with them. So this has been a really nice way to have an even better approach and an approach that is more sustainable, especially because cloth wipes just clean better than a disposable wipe. So it's been really great to be able to have 2 different options and see which one really worked best for us. I prefer the French diapering cream. I don't know. I think it's just because the wipes don't have to be wet, and I think that it's easier to travel with something like this. Although if you were traveling by airplane and a 4 ounce isn't going to go through TSA, this would be able to go through TSA, and you would be able to make this up in an airport if you wanted to. Although you could just switch this into a smaller container or something like that, or put it in your checked bag. But I love this French diapering cream. We will continue to purchase them. I would recommend this as if you were new to cloth wipes and you were a little bit nervous about using like a wipe bed or having something wet or like traveling with it. Go with the French diapering cream. I think that you will be very happy with it. So there you have it. That is my thoughts, my opinions, my experience, my review on the French diapering cream and the wipe bits from Mears. If you've seen something here that you're interested in purchasing, go ahead and go on over to the website. I'll put it on the drop box here, below this video type of thing, along with all of the links to her social medias. You'll also find where you can find me on other social media. You can creep on me all you want and see what I have to say on any random day in the drop box below. This is not going to be the last video that I have featuring Mears. I will be featuring the baby balm and I don't want to get the name wrong here, the whipped baby butter. I don't have the whipped body butter, but I'd be interested in that one also sometime in the future. So this is not going to be the last video of me talking about Mears because I have a lot of things to say, especially about the baby balm. I'm super excited to tell you guys about it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. It is a good day to have a good day, and I hope that you have a really great rest of yours.